this story really is about that transformative power of kindness, of one person's kindness, and how that can heal broken hearts, and how it can bring you back, from your loneliness. And I think that's one of the things about the story that resonates. To watch this character find joy and to find togetherness and really family and all of these things that he rejected, to really find that peace with it. I think that's a very powerful story. And then of course you wrap that in Christmas and snow and all of the joy of Whoville, and visually the design of the world and the characters, and it's just all of it comes together, and it's just magical package, and having it be sort of themed around Christmas is just such a wonderful thing to spend. For me, I love Christmas, and so spending years making a Christmas movie it's just a pleasure. And so that's all of those things kind of combine to this project that has just been a joy to work on. The story is, at its core, is the same story. Now, we had to expand upon the story to tell a feature-length film, but what we did was we would go into all of those pieces using these anchors from the book and say, okay, let's ask questions about Whoville. What is this place? Who are the people that live here? They're supposed to be these wonderful, authentic, people that really love Christmas. And who is the Grinch? Why is Christmas painful for him? Why does their joy cause him pain? And so in filling out the story to a feature-length film, we start with all of those questions that the book gives us, and we start answering those questions, or we ask those questions and come up with answers that support those details in the book. What you have is this character who sort of exudes joy and exudes adventure, and whereas the Grinch isolates himself off on this mountain and doesn't like Who's and doesn't like singing and doesn't like community. Cindy Lou is the opposite. She loves Christmas. She loves her friends. She loves her family, and she's so giving. The Grinch is this guy who just wants to kind of take his life and lock it off from the rest of the world. Whereas Cindy Lou, her big adventure is really to give something to somebody else that she loves, and so she is definitely the foil to the Grinch. She is the anti-Grinch. She's everything that the Grinch will encounter that will rock his fundamental view of the world, right? And so in encountering this character and her authentic and honest worldview, it undermines everything that he thought about his world, and eventually it's what is going to enable his heart to grow again, based on this one encounter with this little girl. It's this entire world that never existed before all of these artists came on the film and created it, right? And so you have, with these animated films, you have so many people working at any given time. You really need, for Scott and I, we have to kind of divide and conquer here and there and be able to be in two places at one time.
I think Dr. Seuss was able to tap into sort of universal ideas and then take a universal idea because he was taking things from himself. He was looking at himself, like he said. He said the Grinch was him. He wasn't searching out there. It was something inside of him. And what he was able to do is to take this feeling inside of him that it takes courage to be like, oh, I'm the guy who thinks this stinks. I'm not necessarily the nice person. And he had the courage to do it. And then what he could do is, with his art and the language and the rhyming, he could put it into a story that is so joyful to read, but also it resonates so loudly because it does come from a real place. And that's true of all of his books. The idea of people reaching out to each other, reaching out to people who are experiencing difficulty or pain, and bringing people into a love and joyful situation, and helping them, and lifting everybody up, I think is like something that I think it will resonate with everybody. The relationship between Grinch and Max is the #1 relationship in the movie. When you come into the movie, Max is kind of his butler, and he's taking care of them, but you do get a sense of that, like, there's a relationship there. And yes, Max loves the Grinch unconditionally and would do anything for him, and he's kind of knows that the Grinch at the end of the movie, whose heart grows and who finds the joy in his heart, like, Max is the character who knows that that's there. And so we really did focus on that relationship, and being able to expand on that and let the audience see, them doing fun things together, like putting Max in a drone helicopter and sending him into town, or, running out into the woods and to get a reindeer. But then also to see them in quiet moments where the Grinch is feeling sad and Max is there to try to comfort him. And to be able to spend the time to really, like, create a relationship between them throughout the whole movie was a great opportunity, and something that we were all really excited about. We really just loved the idea that there was a character who sort of, no matter what the Grinch said or what he did, he was so positive and so happy that he just translated everything as like a joke, or that they're having fun. And he's like, in essence, Bricklebaum is his neighbor. I mean, he's like the last house, outside of Whoville. So it's like, I mean, they're really far apart, but Bricklebaum is really his neighbor. And Bricklebaum has this sort of affection for him, and no matter how Grinch, like, is negative or says things to him, he just sort of rolls with it all, which is why the Grinch finds him so infuriating, because, there's nothing he can say to him to sort of make him sort of like, he can't take him down a notch. Like, it actually makes Bricklebaum all the more happier.
Hey, stay with me as I've got more on Chris Pratt. Did you know that the actor initially turned down the role of Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy back in 2013? Apparently, he did not want another Captain Kirk or Avatar moment. Even director James Gunn dismissed the idea. After deciding to finally audition, however, Gunn was immediately convinced that Pratt was perfect for the role. Thank goodness, nobody could have played Peter Quill better than Chris. What's your favorite Chris Pratt movie? Let me know below. To receive all the latest movie trailers the moment they are online, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to also check the notification bell. See you next time.